How y'all doing? My name is Tresean Gore, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Talk about your path as a martial artist. I mean, when did you first start training martial arts and start down this road?
I started training when I was 17 years old, and it's been like 9 years now, and I love this, man. I'm gonna dominate this show, and I'm gonna get that title in a year.
Nice. What brought you to martial arts at 17? Like, what did you start training and why?
I started training because my goal has always been to be the best fighter to ever live. I know I'm not there yet, but I know God's gonna get me there, and I'm just gonna keep working until I get there. And I just always loved to fight, and I grew up as a troubled youth. My mom has an addiction, and my father's serving life. So I feel like I have to be an overcomer to all my siblings and let them know they could do whatever through Jesus, and I'm gonna dominate, and I'm just ready to do it. I'm just ready to go do it.
That's awesome. So you kind of, I guess, your share of street fights, and then one day you decided, well, maybe I can just make this work for me?
Yeah, man. I used to just fight every day, and I ended up getting in trouble, getting locked up with some assault and batteries and some distribution charges when I was like 15 years old because I was selling weed and pills in school. And I'm not bragging about that because I don't want to be like my father. I want to be different. But when that's all you know growing up and that's all you see, sometimes you just don't know how to go any other route. And I watched my mom do what she was doing too, and I was just angry, and I wanted to show her that I could rebel too. But here we are now, man. God is great. Like, it's all because of God I'm here, and it's all because of Him that I'm going to win. I just pray that the Holy Spirit just uses me, and it will. It's going to flow through me, and I'm going to get this W. That's all that counts.
That's awesome, man. What pulled you out of that? Was it the incarceration, like during that time, or was it something after?
What really pulled me out is just I would talk to God and say my prayers every night, but I wasn't really the strongest believer at one time, you know. Jesus was never forced on me. The more I started praying and stuff, the more I started changing, the more my heart and my mind started changing, and ultimately I don't know, man. I just feel like it was God that helped me change and get where I'm at. I wouldn't be here without Him, and I just give Him the glory, man.
So you walk in the gym at 17, and at that time, are you thinking, I'm starting my fighting career at this point, or was it just something to do?
When I first started, man, I walked in there and I told everybody, I was like, man, I'm gonna be the greatest to ever do this. And I told them, and everybody laughed at me. Like, they didn't necessarily laugh, but they just wrote me off. And that's the whole point of why I got into this sport, to just fight to be the best and not be average and just be different. And that's why I'm here.
Obviously, a great start to your professional career so far. How do you feel your fights have been up to this point?
I'm 3-0. One of my fights is a unanimous decision. Another one is I injured the guy by accident, messed up his knee, taking him down, and but it was dominant before then. And the last one I just had October 3rd, the guy kept shooting on me, so I choked him out in the first. And there's not much known about me, and I'm ready for these guys to. I'm just ready to just show y'all what I am, and I am a striker and I am a grappler. I do both, so wherever it goes, I'm good. If they try to shoot, I'm good. If they try to stand up, fine. Run into this. So I mean, it's all good. I'm just. These guys are great, you know. They're here to go try to, you know, bring back stuff to their family. I just had a 2-month-old son, and I've been married for almost 4 years now. So I miss and I love my wife and my son, and I'm bringing back pure victory to them, period. That's it.
That's got to be a tough decision, right? I mean, obviously this is a great opportunity, but to be away from a newborn, what was that conversation like?
Man, it hurt. It really, I'm going to be honest, like, it hurt. I love my son. I'm never going to be anything like my father. I'm never going to not be by his side. And, like, it just hurt, man. I can't even explain the how I felt leaving him and then leaving my wife. It was difficult, but, you know, cavemen had to leave their cave to go get food for their family. So I'm just gonna go get food for my family and ultimately start my legacy. And that's just all it is to it.
That's awesome. Last thing for me, I mean, you're on this path to be the greatest of all time. You know, you win this show, you're in the UFC at 3-0 as a professional. I mean, is that a little bit intimidating, or do you feel like your skills are UFC ready at this point?
I'm ready, man. I train with Diego Lima. He's been on this show twice. I train with Douglas the Phenom Lima. That's my main sparring partner. I was in this camp for when he fought MVP. I was in this camp when he fought Gegard Mousasi and all these people. I was in Diego's camp. I've been in Mike Graves' camp. He fought Kamaru Usman on one of the Ultimate Fighters. I've already trained with elite fighters, Rowan Jucal Canero. I've trained with these guys. I do great with them. They believe in me. I believe in myself. And all it comes down to, man, is just getting in there and making these guys pay for coming at me. And they try to take me down, they're going to get tired trying to take me down. They try to hit me, they're going to get clipped coming in with something they don't want. And that's just all it is to it. Watch the left hook and watch the right hand and watch my kicks. But I'm not gonna. Man, it's easy to say this stuff, man. But I'm really just leaning on God, man. I can't do this without Him, and I know He's gonna give me strength to get the wins. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get.
Obviously, you mentioned how hard it is going to be away from your wife and kid. But have you even thought about just what it's going to be like living with this many dudes for this long?
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Just testosterone and just dudes and just smelly nuts all in the room. But it does suck a little bit, but at the same time, this is what I signed up for. These guys, they're going to be there. They're going to be hyped. They're going to think that they're going to beat me until they fight me. So it's all good, man. God bless them. Whenever I do beat them, I'm going to pick them up off that canvas, and I'm going to tell them to pick their head up, but not me. Not me.